Many of you know that my mother recently passed away, and I had an opportunity to be with her on her sacred journey through cancer. And the past few months have been a time of grieving and introspection and reflection and quiet solitude. And it's been enormously comforting to me to connect with others who are grieving as well. My friend Steve, who lost his partner Dan of more than 27 years. Mallory, who lost her father recently. Jennifer, who lost her mother first and then her dog as well. For me, this time of grieving has been very powerful and very important, and I know it has been for them as well, and that's why connecting with each other has been such a powerful process of healing for us. So, I know many of you are watching the headlines and hearing sirens and are wondering about what's happening in the state of our nation right now. And you're probably wondering what you can do about it. And I would like to offer some food for thought for you. So I am at the Saban Theater tonight to hear Marianne Williamson lecture on her new book, From Tears to Triumph. And there's a wonderful part in that book where she really talks about grief and how important it is for us individually and collectively to go through. And one of the things that's fascinating about what's happening in the news headlines day after day after day, the violence, the racism, the horrible tragedies that are happening everywhere around us, is that they render us helpless. And I want you to know that there's something that you can do about it. Every person watching this has faced some type of loss in your life. You have lost a loved one, maybe you lost a job, maybe you lost your health, maybe you lost a friend or a child even. And if you have had that kind of loss in your life, it's imperative for you to go through the grieving process and to heal from that grief. Because when you do your work and when we do our work of grieving, we contribute to a healthier, happier, saner world. So if you look at those headlines and you get despondent and you don't know what you can possibly do about it, here's what you can do. Do your work. Let's do our work together. Let's grieve together. And so if that's something that sounds weird to you or you don't have time, we're all living in this world together and we all need each other. And what I know for sure is that the people who have the most massively fulfilling lives are those who connect authentically with others. So if any of this resonates with you, I invite you to give yourself this gift of grieving, whatever that needs to look like for you, whether that is journaling or reaching out to a friend or maybe joining a support group, working with a counselor or a coach like me, whatever you need to do to go through the grief of whatever loss you've experienced, even if it was 20 years ago, even if it was 40 years ago. If you haven't grieved it, it is still there as a psychic wound of sorts. And if you find yourself frustrated that you're not moving forward with your life the way you'd like to, or if you're frustrated about, say, the headlines and the hopelessness and tragedy that you see everywhere, contribute to being a part of the solution, not part of the problem. This is Felina from FelinaDenelis.com, spiritual fitness coaching. I'd love to hear more from you. If this helps you, please share it with a friend, share it with a grieving friend, even if they lost somebody 10, 20, 30 years ago. Be part of the solution to this world that's hurting. Be well.